In the year 578, a magnificent city named Reccopolis was established by King Leovigild with the ambition of restoring the Visigoth Empire. But just a few centuries later, the light of this place was overshadowed by invasions. How did the journey from a cultural symbol to the decline of Reccopolis unfold? Let's explore that. Not long after, between 580 and 583, an important event took place within this city. A magnificent hoard of coins was discovered in the palace of Reccopolis, confirming not only the scale of the construction, but also affirming the city's foundation period. These coins were not merely symbols of wealth, they were vibrant evidence of a thriving economic development. In Reccopolis, the economy and society were silently evolving, creating an atmosphere of prosperity. Yet, even as this prosperity blossomed, shadows began to eclipse the city's light. By the early 8th century, an era marked by the expansion of Islamic territories, Reccopolis could not escape invasion. Fierce battles ensued, and this beautiful city fell into the hands of the invaders. Upon occupation, the Muslims renamed the city Madinat Raquba, reflecting a new chapter under the influence of a different culture and religion. This transition was not merely a change in political or geographical terms, but also a cultural shock for those who remained. Old temples were replaced by new mosques, and Reccopolis transformed once again into a different center. Life in Reccopolis during this period surely underwent significant changes. The inhabitants had to adapt to a new culture, a new identity, and beliefs they were unfamiliar with. The blending of two cultures, one rooted in Visigoth tradition and the other in Arab influence, created a new richness for the city. One particularly contentious issue was the existence of Islamic buildings in the Reccopolis area, sparking much debate about their time and purpose of construction. However, despite what seemed like progress, Reccopolis could not evade a tragic fate. By the 9th century, a series of raids and riots led the city into further decline. Life was no longer what it had once been. The once strong walls now stood as empty shells, reflecting the solitude the city was enduring. Depleted resources coupled with a declining population reached an inevitable decision. Reccopolis was abandoned. Yet, the story of Reccopolis does not end there. Modern archaeologists, using equipment like ground-penetrating radar, have uncovered uncharted parts of a palace, as well as traces of a mosque in the area. These discoveries have stirred scholars and history enthusiasts alike, provoking curiosity about the mysteries surrounding the rise and fall of the city. Could this city have once symbolized a cultural confluence between two worlds? Or was it merely a classic example of the rise and fall of secrets buried deep, even within the ground? Thus, although forgotten and abandoned for long, Reccopolis lives on in the shadows of its past. The concept of what transpired in that rich historical tapestry compels us to wonder, could the future unveil what remains hidden beneath the dust of time? The journey to rediscover and bring Reccopolis back to the forefront of history will undoubtedly be challenging but worthwhile. The open-ended inquiries and unanswered questions about a city that once shone brightly but sank into oblivion only spark fresh ideas for those willing to listen and explore in silence.